Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sunring Tarot. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. This is part 3 to my new series, Deck Strength versus Weakness. And it is part 2 of Perfect Pairs for the Beautiful Beast Tarot, which is my deck for the month of June 2023. So instead of covering oracles, which is our previous video, today we're going to be covering tarot decks that pair well with the Beautiful Beast Tarot. Granted, these are decks that are in my collection that I have found that pair well energetically, not necessarily aesthetically. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to zoom all the way in because as much as I have 11 decks to get through, the first 2 are mini decks because I don't own them in a larger size. So we have Tarot Machetes, Gilded Tarot Royale. You'll probably recognize the backings. This is not a new deck. I just have to get it to where you can see the artwork. So let's flip through some cards here. I'll let you see and compare the artwork. They do get along. So that is fantastic for anyone that has this deck or, well, either of the decks, or is thinking about maybe getting either of these decks. And because I do have 11 of these to get through, I'm going to be moving fairly quickly. I apologize for that, but we're going to move right on here. The next deck, which is also a mini, because I don't have it in a large size, sorry, is the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. You'll probably recognize the backings. This is a very popular witch-themed deck. But yes, and as you can see, the artwork doesn't exactly match, but like I said, it's based on the energy and the strengths and weaknesses of both decks, not necessarily the aesthetics. So we're going to keep on moving right along here. And we're going to see our first indie deck. This is the Golden Journey Luxury Edition. This is actually an AI deck. Oh, and look at that. First card is actually one that has an animal on it, which I suppose is pretty good considering Beautiful Beast is an animal energy deck. There is actually quite a few animals in this Golden Journey deck. And with the AI, it does feel like it's very much its own little world. This is not a deck I would have pegged that these two would actually get along, but they get along famously, so they work. And as you can see, aesthetically, they don't match. I mean, one's high fantasy, one's more simplistic. Color scheme's entirely different, but these two decks actually do operate together, believe it or not. I'm not sure if any of you have both of these decks or would even want it, because like I said, the Golden Journey Tarot is an AI deck, and I know there's mixed feelings in the community about AI decks, but let us move on. Our next deck here is the Forest of Enchantment. This is a very popular deck. This is actually my deck to represent the earth element, and since this is a beast deck, I am so happy that these two decks get along rather than clash, because to me, earth energy, they should get along, but that's not necessarily true. You'll see that in my anti-pairs videos as well. You'll see animal and earth decks that don't jive with the Beautiful Beast Tarot. So it's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, because even though you can't blanket coverage of, oh, it's earth energy, it's animal energy, they have to go together no, not necessarily. It also depends on what the strength and the weakness of the deck is. So these two actually get along. So I'm happy I get at least one really well-known Earth deck that is mass market to show you that will pair together with the Beautiful Beast. And if any of you also have the Forest of Enchantment as your Earth Element deck, let me know. Let me know I'm not alone. Okay, the next deck, we're going to move on. You're going to think this is never going to go together. We have the Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. So we have one deck that is Animal Energy, minimalistic, a pip deck, and then we have another pip deck over here, but that is Halloween and a little bit of Christmas, or Samhain and Yule, as it were. So one is pop culture and one is not. You would think these two decks would utterly clash. I predicted these two utterly clash, and nope, they get along. For pip decks, these two get along. Now, that does not mean that every pip deck is going to pair with the Beautiful Beast Tarot. And in fact, I do believe I have another pip deck in my anti-pairs where they clash. So, yeah, nowhere near alike for artwork. Just, I mean, yeah, there's bones and, you know, creepy things that can be seen in the Beautiful Beast Tarot, mainly bare-boned, but these are worlds apart, but they work. For whatever reason, they work together. So if you own both of these, give them a try. All right, and moving on. We're going to flip the switch and we're going to get into some animal decks. Here is the Mystical Cats Tarot, which is a mass market by Linnea Weatherstone, so the same creator as the Forest of Enchantment. So a lot of you will probably be familiar with this cat deck. And I do have multiple animal decks here that do work, but I also have animal themed decks, I should say, in my anti-pairs as well. So it's kind of trial and error on what's going to work and what doesn't when it comes to animal energy. And I wouldn't say that the artwork here vibes the same, that aesthetically goes together. They're different styles, but I'm happy to have another deck that I can pair with. And moving right along with more themed animal decks. In this case, we have the Mermaid Tarot. This is my water element deck. I'm so happy that these two get along. Because this is very much animal energy, and this is very much water energy, and I wasn't for sure if the Mermaid Tarot consists of enough animal energy that these would get along, and then I looked at the strengths and weaknesses of the Mermaid Tarot. In my hands, the Mermaid Tarot, the strength is manifestation and energy, and the weakness is your higher self. So there's having a weakness of higher self and having a deck that shadow work is the weakness. It's enough that goes well together. There again, different styles of artwork. Aesthetically, you probably wouldn't pair these together, but energetically, these two play off each other just fine. Now, because shadow work is not the absolute strength of the Mermaid Tarot, even if the Mermaid Tarot does, you know, try to do shadow work, this deck can still point out other things not pertaining to shadow work. They get along well enough without totally clashing. And next up, we're going to go back to an indie deck. This is the Out of Hand Tarot by Jamie Sawyer. This is a modern style deck. It is not animal themed whatsoever, but it is a modern style deck. And as you can see, the artwork is miles apart. And in my hands, the Out of Hand Tarot, the strength is career. If I remember right. Yes, career. And then spirituality is the weakness. So as much as the Out of Hand Tarot can do shadow work, which is the weakness of this deck, these two have enough common ground to be able to function together. And this is one where you might think that, oh, well, one's a pip deck and one's a modern deck. Maybe they'd vibe so differently they'd clash. Nope. They work just fine. Alright, and moving on, because we still have 3 decks to go. And here's one a lot of you will recognize. This is the Greenwich Tarot by Anne Mora. So this is a mass market. This does have a little bit of earth energy. To me, this feels like fall. This does have quite a few animals depicted in it throughout the deck, as well as herbology. The creator did add a lot of details on what plant life, tree life, etc. symbology that she put in the background that is important. This is enough nature that these 2 decks function really well together. Like I said, it's more earth energy, even though I resonate with this as the season of fall. Yeah. I suppose I should flip some of these around so you can see them right. I wouldn't exactly say art styles match, but they vibe really well. Alright, next deck, which is an animal themed deck, mass market. This is the Tarot of Dragons by Sean McKenzie. And these, as far as color scheme, are nowhere near alike. But they do have animal energy throughout both of them. The Tarot of Dragons is actually my fire element deck. Power, strength, yes. And these, believe it or not, get along just well. Just well. Although I suppose most people don't say swell anymore. In the Tarot of Dragons, the strength of this deck is dreams and life purpose is the weakness. And in my hands anyway, that might be different for you. But these two function. So if you have both of them, go ahead, give them a try. I don't know why my decks are like mostly upside down right now. Sorry, it's gonna irk me. And we have one last deck for pairs that work when it comes to tarot to get through. And that is the Soul Cats Tarot. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, another cat-themed deck, and they work. The Soul Cats Tarot is a little bit different from the Mystical Cats Tarot as far as energy, and it actually resonates more with the Mermaid Tarot because the strength of the Soul Cats Tarot and the Mermaid Tarot are exactly the same, which is manifestation and energy. So it'll tell me what you're manifesting and where the energy is or isn't. And then the Soul Cats Tarot, the weakness of this deck is Divine Feminine, believe it or not. So that has no problem whatsoever as a deck getting along with the Beautiful Beast Tarot. actually kind of like the fact that these two get along. I just wasn't expecting that both of my cat decks that I have currently were going to get along with this deck. I was hoping that maybe one of them would, and instead both of them do. So I don't know if that is just my energy and what the strength and weakness of the deck is, or if that is a cat thing. If you have the Soul Cats Tarot and the Mystical Cats Tarot as well, or, you know, the Pagan Cats Tarot, the Black Cats Tarot, other cat tarot decks that I don't have, please let me know if you have the Beautiful Beast Tarot and whether or not those decks all get along, if it's just a me thing and the strength and weakness of the decks in my hands, or if it's kind of a universal thing that the Beautiful Beast Tarot just likes cats. Because there is, as you can see, feathers. So there is scaled animals in here. There's animals with fur. There's animals with feathers. So this isn't just like the creator used all big cats or something for the deck. There's different types of animals in the Beautiful Beast Tarot. So I don't know if it's just, it has a stronger kinship with cats. But that's worth testing for anybody else who has a lot of cat decks and the Beautiful Beast Tarot. So please let me know. And if you guys have any of the decks I mentioned, let me know if they pair up well for you as well. If you find other pairs that go with the Beautiful Beast Tarot, let me know those as well. And at this point, please be on the lookout for my anti-pairs. I'm going to get into the anti-pairs Tarot and Oracle here pretty soon, so be on the lookout for it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.